Hey everyone, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Putting in a late night for all of you. Just got done hanging up some posters and fixing a few things here in the gym, doing just some general upkeep. And I've been checking my email, I've been checking the comments on the YouTube videos, and checking comments on Facebook. And you know, with regards to track and field, besides how do you throw the actual shot put, discus, javelin, hammer, and how do you train for it, the other questions I get a lot have to deal with college scholarships. And I received a question the other day, and basically it said, how far do you have to throw to get a college scholarship? And you know what? There is a lot of different answers for this. And real quick, I just wanted to go through and explain to you guys sort of from the mind of a college coach who I've known a lot and worked a lot with, just with the athletes who I've trained going to college and college coaches that I've known for a few years. What they're looking for is not necessarily the best athlete in the country. If you look at the top, let's say the top 10 hammer throwers in the country for high school, the top 10 to 15 shot putters in the country in high school, top 10 to 15 javelin throwers in high school, and top 10 to 15 discus throwers in high school. If you just take a look at those guys, guaranteed those guys are getting looked at, and those guys are going to get big scholarships, anywhere from 75% of full tuition to 100% full tuition scholarship. That doesn't mean though that if you're not top 15, if you're not throwing 68 feet and above in the shot, if you're not throwing 200 feet and above in discus, or 200 feet and above in hammer, or 200 feet and above in javelin, that you're not going to get looked at by a college. Because colleges are all about value. They want to know what you're worth. And to explain that, let's say you are a 200-foot discus thrower. More than likely, you're going to a big-time Division I school. You're getting looked at. You're going to get 80 to 100% scholarship to go there, and everything's going to be all good. Well, if you are this big-time thrower and you only throw one event, you are going to be basically guaranteeing a school that you're going to get 10 points for getting first place in every single meet from your freshman year to your senior year of college. That's 10 points. Now, if a school costs $40,000 and they're giving you $40,000 a year for 10 points per meet. Not to mention, discus is only done during the outdoor season. So that's $40,000 for one season when you're only scoring 10 points a meet. Now then I come along. I'm throwing shot 58 feet. I'm throwing discus 170 feet. And I also throw the javelin 180 feet, let's say. Not as good. I'm nowhere near top 10 in the country, top 5 in the country, or whatever the case might be. But say I get third place on average in a college, in the college discus in a track meet. Well, that's 6 points. Say I get fourth place in the shot put. Well, that's 4 points. And say I get second place in the javelin. That's 8 points. So that's 18 points for 3 events. Not to mention, I can do shot put during indoor. So now I have 18 points, and the best thrower in the country is only getting 10 points. So you have to look at value. What are you worth? Is the school going to spend $40,000 on one of the top high school throwers in the country? Absolutely. But there are a lot of different schools out there that are offering scholarships, and they need depth. They need to make sure that they're getting their money's worth, and they're going to want a really good, well-rounded athlete. There are other things that come into play as well. Number one, if you're the top shot putter in the country, if you're the top high school javelin thrower in the country, if you're the top high school hammer thrower in the country, and you can't add, or you can barely spell your name, and you're getting a 600 on the SATs, they're not going to want you. They're not going to spend the money if you're going to fail your classes and not be able to actually play the sport. You're not going to be able to actually do track because your grades are so bad. They will not spend the money on you. The other thing that you have to look at is that Division I schools aren't the only schools out there that give scholarships. So if you're throwing the shot, say 45 feet to 50 feet, if you're a 150, 160 foot discus thrower, if you're a 140 to 160 foot javelin thrower, there's still a place for you at either Division II schools or Division III schools. And there is nothing wrong with that. I went to a Division II college. I didn't get much money in scholarship. I got a few $1,000s a year as a grant. I got a lot of aid because of my living situation and parents and all that other stuff. But what they did was they basically said, you know, Matt, you really want to come to the school because the academics are great? And I said, yes. They said, you really want to come to the school because the campus is beautiful? I said, yes. And they said, you really want to come to the school because we want the major that you want to actually major in? I said, yeah. I said, well, you are pretty much one of our above average students. You're competing with thousands of other regular high school athletes that want to get to college here. So track and field is going to be that little thing that's going to kind of bump you above everybody else and give you an edge to get into the school. Division III, same thing. Division III can give a little bit of money if they have the money to give. So keep that in mind. You can certainly get a scholarship if you are not one of the top 10 shot putters or discus throwers or javelin throwers in the country. I have known athletes who were top 5 in the country in certain events, top 10 in the country in certain events, that have only gotten 50 to 75% scholarship. So really, it's pretty rare that you're going to get a full scholarship in track and field unless it's one of the big schools. The other thing to keep in mind, guys, is that you don't have to go to a huge Division I school to get a scholarship. Division II, they can certainly help you out with the price. Division III, they can certainly help you out with the price. So if you love throwing, keep doing it. If you love throwing and you want to do it in college, you will find a place to compete. It might not be at the highest level against guys that are going to be going to Olympic trials and to the Olympics and the World Championships in a few years. But it's going to be some great competition. You're going to get a lot of medals. You're going to have a heck of a lot of fun doing it, meet a lot of great people doing it. So don't think the only way to get to college and do track is on a full scholarship. If you love it, if you want to continue to do it in college, make sure you work hard at it now and pick a college that you love. Go there and see if they can give you any money. Coach Matt, Primal Athlete Training Center, thank you for the questions. Keep them coming. We always need more. Make sure you guys go to primalatc.com to see all of our free videos and blog posts and everything else we have up there. And make sure to like our Facebook page, Primal Athlete Training Center. You can ask your questions there, and all the other fans of Primal can help answer them as well. Hope to hear from you soon.